Welcome to the first of its kind Retail Tech virtual event. Thank you, ET, for bringing us all together via this platform. It promises to be an interesting day as we discuss the importance of technology in retail. I hope we will get the opportunity to learn from each other as to how technology is helping us all be future ready. I'm Hari Vasudev. I'm the country head and senior vice president at Walmart Labs India. Technology is playing an ever more critical role in retail, and every retailer is using tech more and more across their business, from using ML and AI in creating more personalized experiences for customers online and offline, to omni-channel demand forecasting at a store item level using data sciences, to track and trace in the supply chain via IoT, to robots in distribution centers and stores, to AR/VR systems to enhance the shopping experience. I could just go on and on about how technology is shaping the next generation of retail. The point really is that technology is everywhere in the retail value chain today. With that backdrop, I'd like to spend the next 20 minutes giving you all a peek into how we at Walmart are using technology across our business, especially during the times of this crisis. They say that unprecedented times calls for exemplary action. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, our customers relied on us like never before to meet their needs while keeping them safe. The role of technology is to enable innovation with speed. We believe technology is a linchpin to power the next retail disruption. I'm proud to say that Walmart Global Tech teams have leaned forward and delivered with speed for our customers. And that, combined with the heroic efforts of our associates in the front line, in our stores, and in our operation centers across the world, show that we continue to be people-led and tech-enabled. I will now walk you through a few ways in how technology has enabled us to provide our customers with an unparalleled experience during the COVID-19 crisis. First off, I'd like to begin by talking a little bit about express delivery, curbside pickup, and contactless delivery. For Walmart, delivering items faster to customers has always been a priority, and it will always continue to be an area of focus. Providing faster delivery, options to customers for online grocery, enabling safe delivery for our customers via contactless delivery or curbside pickup for medicines are some of the things that we have really leaned in on during this COVID crisis. Next, we look at ship from store. With COVID, customer demand, especially for everyday items, surged. And that meant that it put a lot of stress on our fulfillment centers. Now at Walmart, we have a very high density of stores in most of the countries that we're in, particularly in markets like Mexico and the US. Our stores cover more than 90% of the population. And we have taken advantage of this fact to be able to handle the spike in demand. And I will talk a little bit about how we do that. Traditionally, Walmart has always relied on 1P or first-party suppliers. But clearly, the increased demand has meant that many times our first-party suppliers are not able to meet the surge in customer demand. This has resulted in out of stock or items being out of stock at times when our customers need them. So we have leaned in on our third-party marketplace ecosystem in order to ensure a continuous supply of products for our customers. And finally, I'll close out by talking about some of the things we're doing closer home with Walmart India and our best price stores in order to support members and local communities in these tough times. And our members in particular have been extremely appreciative of how we have used technology to better serve them during the COVID-19 crisis. Now let's talk about express delivery. Why do we need express delivery? Clearly, the surge in consumer demand has meant that customers really want items. And typically, because these items are everyday items that they need, and they're stuck at home because of shelter in place or lockdowns across the globe, they're not able to travel to the stores. And some of the essential items that are needed, when they need them, they really need them right away. They cannot afford to wait 2 days or even a single day. And so what we have done is we have put in place express delivery options. And what we have done is that you can now, during checkout, choose express delivery as an option, and Walmart can get the item from our distribution center or our store to yours within 2 hours by leveraging our physical store footprint. In order to do this, we run sophisticated algorithms to decide what is the delivery window that we can promise to customers and whether we can actually promise a faster slot using multiple factors in the back end, including things like item availability, the basket size of the order, whether we have pickers available in the stores to be able to pick the items that customers need, the type of delivery, the estimate of time it will take to go from the store to the customer's home. And we run these algorithms in real time once the customer's order comes in, and we are able to then promise the customer the right delivery window and ensure that we are able to achieve the delivery window that we promised to the customers. Next, I'll talk about contactless delivery. As I said, for Walmart, the safety of your customers has always been a top priority. Equally important is the safety of our associates, especially those associates who are in the front line serving our customers every day. And through this feature of contactless delivery, we ensure that both our customers and our associates stay safe at all times. How do we do this? When customers go through the purchase process and they're ready to check out their cart, they can choose to use contactless delivery or no contact delivery as an option. And if they choose that option, we then notify the driver with special instructions that they should not be knocking on the door, but just leave the item at the front door of the customer. And what we have done is, in order to mitigate any risk or concerns about fraud, we have asked the drivers to take a picture of the delivery and then upload it to our backend. And what we do is we very quickly scan the pictures to ensure that all the items have been delivered before we notify the customer that their order is at their front door and they can just walk to their front door, open it, and pick up their items without ever having come into contact with any store associate or even the driver who has delivered the order to their homes. This has allowed our customers to be safe and secure while still having uninterrupted access to all the goods that they need on a daily basis. Next, let me talk about ship from store. As I mentioned, the big advantage that Walmart has as a company is the density of stores. In markets like Mexico and in the US, 90% of households live within 10 miles of a Walmart store. And we have started using stores like micro fulfillment centers to balance our network capacity and ensure that essential items reach customers on time. We already allowed customer orders to be fulfilled from our stores through picking, packing, and shipping items from the store. But that was actually a pilot that was being run in a very small number of stores. And when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, overnight our technology teams were able to collaborate with our business and our operations teams. And we were able to enable this feature for 2,500 stores in the US. And those stores are now shipping approximately 400 units every day using the ship from store paradigm. And this has involved significant changes to our item sourcing engine in the background to decide on the right inventory allocation between store walk-ins and online customers. The key here is that when a customer has ordered something online, while we have to reserve the item for them, we have to also ensure that customers walking into the store don't find empty shelves as well. This means really being able to forecast the right mix of online and offline demand and ensuring that our stores are always stocked up with the items to serve both customers. This then enables carriers to pick from the stores, process those items for shipping, and then ensure that our drivers are able to pick up these items from the store and deliver them to customers without any problems within the promised timelines. Next, let me talk a little bit about pharmacy. A lot of what I talked about earlier really applied to online groceries and daily essentials. Of course, during COVID-19, while everyone is worried about their health and safety, there are a lot of seniors and other people who shop at Walmart who have depended on Walmart for their regular supply of medicines. And what we've done is we have introduced something called contactless dispense. Again, when customers are ordering medicines, they can very quickly decide that they want to use something called curbside pickup. This was something that we had launched in May and is now available across our 5,200 stores in the US. We also, as always, allow ship from store as well. But the really interesting thing here is that customers can choose contactless dispense during checkout time, and they can choose a window when they want to go to the store to pick it up. And typically during that window, they go to the store. Once they reach the parking lot, we get a signal through GPS that they're there, and automatically our associate comes out with the medicines order, and they just hand it over to the customer at the curbside without ever coming in touch with the customer, not the customer required to come in into the stores. So really the focus here is on customer experience. Now the interesting technology challenge here, of course, is that as the surge in demand has hit us, what has happened is that some of our stores have seen extremely high demand for pharmacy orders. And because of the density of stores that we have, typically what has happened is that any given customer usually is within reach of multiple Walmart stores. So we have used that fact to our advantage by allowing our backend software and algorithms to route the customer orders to stores that are seeing less demand. So if a customer is tied to a particular store or they have a default store, if the pharmacist in that store is extremely busy, we automatically route that order to another nearby store, allowing the pharmacist in that other store who may not be as busy to pick the orders and be able to have it ready for our customers in time. We then send a notification to the customer asking them to go to that other store instead of their normal default store. This has increased the efficiency with which we are able to process orders, and it has allowed us to balance the capacity across stores. And what we have done is we have doubled the number of stores that have supported this distributed routing algorithm post-COVID. Here again is an example of how our technology teams have been extremely agile and moved with speed to roll out features that enable our customers to have uninterrupted access to the things that they need on a daily basis. Another critical thing that we have noticed with pharmacy is compliance. Compliance has always been a big issue. And of course, with the COVID-19 pandemic, many states in the US and even local counties are now imposing their own regulations around price margins and caps on price for essential drugs. And so what we have done is we have moved from a market-based pricing to regulated pricing because of these compliance requirements. And we have written rule-based engines that through configuration will allow our store operators to adjust the price caps and margin caps on drugs on an as-needed basis based on new regulations on a per county or even per zip code basis without needing new software deployments. Here again is an example of how technology is leaned in to ensure that we stay compliant with all regulations while also sending a very clear message to our customers that we will ensure that they not only have uninterrupted supply to their essential needs every day, but we will always keep our prices low in keeping with our everyday low price philosophy. Next up, let me talk about what we have done with the marketplace. As I said, the surge in demand has put a lot of strain on our first party supplier network. And this has meant that out of stock signals or out of stock scenarios have gone up. And so what we have done is we have strategized to switch from reliance on first party suppliers to third party suppliers or the marketplace, which typically have a better stock rate, especially for long tail items. And that has allowed us to meet the customer demand. How do we do this? We use NLP and AI and ML techniques to match queries with items. Items are then recommended based on a combination of multiple factors like item relevance to the query, the quality of the sellers, the customer feedback with regard to those particular sellers, and the click-through rates and in-stock rates of those sellers. As a result of this, we have been able to serve our customers much better through leveraging the marketplace, and click-through rates for third-party items have now gone up from 0.99% to 1.32%, and conversion is up from 0.03% to 0.05% in just the last 2 months. Item recommendations are now generated for top 500 queries every day, and we have used this to increase our exposure to the third-party marketplace, thereby again ensuring that our customers are able to receive the daily items that they need without any interruption, ensuring that their daily needs are met and we are there to serve them every day during this crisis, just like we always are. A lot of what I talked about in the previous few slides really speak to the innovations that the Walmart Labs teams in India have done for our global markets. Now let's talk a little bit about what we have done closer home in India. The best price stores in India, our mission has always been to excel at serving our customers, and we have consistently done that through technology. The teams at Walmart Labs in India have built the technology that allows our best price stores to serve our members across the country through the 30 stores that we have. And during this crisis, we have seen a huge surge in demand in India, just like elsewhere in the world. In fact, we have 7x more customers logging in online because of the lockdown and because of their inability to go to the stores. And that has put a huge stress on our systems. And our teams have leaned in and very quickly scaled up our systems by optimizing the infrastructure to ensure that customers are able to continue to have their orders fulfilled. What we've also seen, interestingly enough, is that customers during this time have switched their behavior. Not only have they become more mobile, right, by using online mobile applications, but their behavior in terms of how they've used the systems has also changed. Typically, they go in for targeted buying. They know what they want when they come into the store, and they typically go directly to those items, load up their cart, pay for it, and leave. But during this crisis, when they are shopping online more and more, they have switched their behavior to be more browse and discovery based. So, in effect, rather than really engaging in what we would call business to business behavior, they are now engaging in more and more of a business to consumer behavior. And so, what we have done as a technology team is really put in place algorithms that does traffic analysis by channel and by feature. And we have done infrastructure and feature optimizations that are geared towards supporting the most critical channels and flows for our customers. A design thinking approach, working very closely with product and business teams coming together to brainstorm the most optimal solutions, has really helped us deliver superior experiences to our customers even during this time. We have also rolled out other changes like offering multiple payment options so that customers can continue to use a plethora of payment options, including integration with payment platforms like PhonePe, to be able to transact with us online. And because this is a membership-based business and it's a B2B business, customers or members are typically required to submit documentation at the time of renewing their membership. Now, of course, with the crisis and with people being shut down in their homes, if their membership expires during this time, they can't come to the store to renew their membership. So what we have done in order to ensure that their membership continues uninterrupted, we have allowed them to renew their memberships by uploading the required documentation online. And when those documents get uploaded to our systems, we're able to quickly validate them using our backend algorithms and are able to renew the membership for our members without ever requiring them to come to the store. This has again allowed us to serve our members, even those ones whose membership expired during this time, without any interruption. But you know, as far as India is concerned, the most important thing and the thing that I'm proudest about is that our CTO recently got a letter of appreciation from the Indian military, appreciating the fact that we have ensured uninterrupted supply of daily essentials to the military canteens in the northern part of India. And nothing other than this fact has really brought home the fact that the impact that our technology teams have been having on our customers across the globe. So what you saw here in the last few minutes or in the last 15 or 20 minutes is really how we at Walmart Labs India have leaned in and developed technology that has allowed our business and operations teams to deliver an unparalleled customer experience during the COVID-19 crisis. You know, it's interesting, in the last decade, e-commerce penetration has gone from 0% to about 19% in the US. But in the last 10 weeks, ever since the COVID crisis hit, that penetration has gone up from 19 to 28%. Now, while that might come down a little bit as the lockdown lifts and customers are able to get out of their homes, we do believe that customer behavior has changed, and many customers who have experienced the ability to do omni-channel shopping in a very, very frictionless way, or being able to order things online and then go to the store to pick it up, or order things online, have it be delivered to their homes from the nearest store, but then being able to return it by just dropping it off at the store and getting a refund. These sorts of behaviors are likely to stay. And I think at Walmart Labs and at Walmart Global Technology, we are committed to working with our business and operations teams to pioneer new ways in which we can deliver superior experiences to our customers through technology by innovating at speed. And hopefully you got a good sense by looking at some of these use cases of how exactly we do that by collaborating very closely with our operations teams, with our store associates in the front line, but most importantly, by always keeping the customer first and foremost in everything that we do. Thank you very much.